Approach on 127.2.
American 7.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, radar contact.
American 059 Victor Alpha is 2 nautical miles east of Wellsboro Johnston at 37,000 feet, requesting.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy is 5 nautical miles southwest of Westerly State at 40,000 feet, requesting GPS approach runway 4 left at John F. Kennedy.
Descend and maintain 9,000, Endeavour 5315.
November 78 Alpha, frequency change approved, good day.
WestJet 54 is 2 nautical miles north of Hexton Funds at 5,000 feet, requesting visual approach runway 9 right at Philadelphia International. Frequency change approved November 78 Alpha, good day. Contacting New York approach on 134.35, Virgin 117 Hotel.
4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, radar contact.
American 7599 is 3 nautical miles west of Norwood Mem at 17,100 feet, requesting flight following to John F. Kennedy.
Descend and maintain 9th. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, contact Boston Center on 127.
Contacting Boston Center on 127.0, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Delta 217.
Boston Center, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, with you at 38.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, radar contact.
American 7.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy is 4 nautical miles south of Elizabeth Field at 38,100 feet, requesting GPS approach runway 4 left at John F. Kennedy.
TAM 809 is 5 nautical miles east of Goodspeed Airport at 28,000 feet, requesting Isles approach runway 4 right at General Edward.
American 7599, proceed on course to John F. Kennedy.
Proceed on course, American 7599. Boston Center, 4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, with you at 30,500.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy is 7 nautical miles south of Elizabeth Field at 36,600 feet, requesting flight following to John F. Kennedy.
4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, radar contact. Delta 217 Heavy, radar contact. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, flight following request not required after check-in.
Boston Center, Emirates 204 Super, with you at 8,700.
I'm sorry, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy. Boston Center, Delta 338, with you at 20,500.
Boston Center, Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy, with you at 19,500.
Lufthansa 248 Super, contact New York approach on 134.35. Boston Center, Mike Alpha Lima Lima Uniform, with you at 36,800. Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy, radar contact. Mike Alpha Lima Lima Uniform, radar contact. Contacting New York approach on 134.35, Lufthansa 248 Super. Delta 777 Alpha Alpha Heavy, contact Boston approach on 127.2.
Boston Center, United 791, with you at 2,900. Contacting Boston approach on 127.2, Delta 777 Alpha Alpha Heavy.
Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November, you're in an active airspace. Please contact Boston Center on 127.0. United 791, radar contact.
Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November, requesting descent via Robert 3 arrival.
Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November, proceed as requested. Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November, do not exceed 270 knots.
Delta 502 flight of 5 nautical miles southeast of Maplewood Farm at 23,000 feet, requesting Isles approach any runway at General Edward. Do not exceed 270 knots, Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November.
Delta 502 flight of 2, continuous filed.
Continuous filed, Delta 502 flight of 2.
Foxtrot Alpha Hotel Golf Yankee, you're in an active airspace. Please contact Boston Center on 127.0. FedEx 1242, do not exceed Mach .84. Boston Center, Foxtrot Alpha Hotel Golf Yankee, with you at 23,000.
United 791, requesting climb to 16,000.
Speedbird 108 Mike Hotel, you're in an active airspace. Please contact Boston Center on 127.0.
Do not exceed Mach .84, FedEx 1242.
Foxtrot Alpha Hotel Golf Yankee, radar contact.
Delta 338, requesting descent via Robert 3 arrival.
FedEx 1242, turn left heading 080, descend and maintain flight level 190. Courier 302 Kilo Echo, contact Boston approach on 127.2.
Turn left heading 080, descend and maintain flight level 190, FedEx 1242.
I'm sorry, Speedbird 108 Mike Hotel. American 7599 is 8 nautical miles southwest of North Central at 25,000 feet, requesting radar vectors to John F. Kennedy. Boston Center, American 14, with you at 8,000.
American 7599, expect vectors to John F. Kennedy.
Roger, American 7599.
Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy, contact New York approach on 134.35. Mike Alpha Lima Lima Uniform, turn left heading 120, descend and maintain flight level 180.
Air France 1 Romeo Juliet is 5 nautical miles west of Biddeford Municipal at 38,000 feet, requesting flight following to John F. Kennedy.
Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November, do not exceed 250 knots.
United 791 is 6 nautical miles northeast of South Weymouth at 11,300 feet, requesting IELTS approach any runway at John F. Kennedy. Do not exceed 250 knots, Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November. Kuwaiti 032 is 3 nautical miles east of General Edward at 2,400 feet, requesting flight following to John F. Kennedy.
United 791, continuous file. Kuwaiti 032, proceed on course to John F. Kennedy.
Proceed on course, Kuwaiti 032. Continuous file, United 791.
Mike Alpha Lima Lima Uniform, turn left heading 100. Turn left heading 100, Mike Alpha Lima Lima Uniform. Foxtrot Alpha Hotel Golf Yankee, requesting descent by Robert 3 arrival. Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November, contact Boston approach on 127.2. Foxtrot Alpha Hotel Golf Yankee, proceed as requested.
Contacting Boston approach on 127.2, Alpha Victor Delta Alpha November.
Descending by Robert 3 arrival, Foxtrot Alpha Hotel Golf Yankee.
Boston Center, Turkish 139 Tango Kilo, with you at 33,000.
Turkish 139 Tango Kilo, radar contact.
JetBlue 1118, requesting descent by Robert 3 arrival.
JetBlue 1118, proceed as requested.
Descending by Robert 3 arrival, JetBlue 1118.
Boston Center, Delta 338, with you at 21,000.
Delta 338, radar contact. 10809, contact Boston approach on 127.2.
Contacting Boston approach on 127.2, TAM 809.
American 7599, turn left heading 200, descend and maintain flight level 220. Delta 207, do not exceed 270 knots.
Do not exceed 270 knots, Delta 207. Boston Center, Asiana 570 Super, with you at 32,000.
Spooky 666, turn right heading 100, descend and maintain flight level 210. Boston Center, Air China 880 Victor Alpha, with you at 7,300. Air China 880 Victor Alpha, radar contact.
Turn right heading 100, descend and maintain flight level 210, Spooky 666.
Air China 880 Victor Alpha, requesting climb to flight level 350. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, contact New York approach on 134.35. Delta.
Contacting New York approach on 134.35, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy. New York approach, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, with you at 17,700.
Turn right heading 070, descend and maintain 5,000, maintain 5,000 until established on the localizer, cleared IELTS runway 4 right, Delta 169 Victor Alpha Heavy. Air Canada 2025 Heavy, please follow instructions or you will be reported. Air Canada 2025 Heavy, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final. Delta 1911, turn left heading 120.
Maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final, Air Canada 2025 Heavy.
Turn left heading 120, Delta 1911.
Air Canada 2025 Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Air Canada 2025 Heavy.
Xanadu 3886, turn left heading 220. Turn left heading 220, Xanadu 3886. Delta 169 Victor Alpha Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Ethiopian 512, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Delta 1911, turn left heading 100, descend and maintain 3000. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy. November.
Turn right heading 250, descend and maintain 5000. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Delta 207, turn right heading 270, descend and maintain 9000.
Turn right heading 270, descend and maintain 9000, Delta 207.
Air Canada 2025 Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Oscar Kilo Alpha November Kilo, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Air Canada 2025 Heavy. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Oscar Kilo Alpha November Kilo.
Jet Airways 184 Heavy, turn left heading 250.
Turn left heading 250, Jet Airways 184 Heavy.
Jet Airways 184 Heavy, do not exceed 180 knots.
Do not exceed 180 knots, Jet Airways 184 Heavy.
United 290, turn left heading 270. Turn left heading 270, United 290. Air India 973, please follow instructions or you will be reported. Air India 973, airport is unable to accept arriving traffic. Please divert to a suitable airport. JetBlue 617, descend and maintain 2000. Virgin 117 Hotel, turn left heading 220, descend and maintain 3000. Ethiopian 512, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Ethiopian 512. Martina 926, turn left heading 180, descend and maintain 3000.
Turn left heading 070, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared Isles runway 4 left, Delta 1911.
Delta 1911, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Oscar Kilo Alpha November Kilo.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Delta 1911.
Endeavour 5315, expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 4 left at John F. Kennedy. Roger, Endeavour 5315.
Turn right heading 010, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared Isles runway 4 right, Jet Airways 184 Heavy.
Xanadu 3886, turn right heading 300, maintain 4000. United 1155, turn left heading 320, maintain 5000. Turn right heading 300, maintain 4000, Xanadu 3886. Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy, continue as filed, expect the Isles approach runway 4 left at John F. Kennedy.
Turn left heading.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, contact New York approach on 126.8. Turn left heading 0.
Contacting New York approach on 126.8. November 23 Tango. New York approach. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, with you at 9200.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, turn right heading 290, descend and maintain 5000.
Turn right heading 290, descend and maintain 5000. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Lufthansa 248 Super, turn left heading 190, maintain 3000.
Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy is 17 nautical miles southeast of John F. Kennedy at 8,900 feet, requesting Isles approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy.
Turn left heading 190. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, descend and maintain 4000.
New York approach, battle cry 333, with you at 9000.
Descend and maintain 4000. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy. Delta 512 Super is 5 nautical miles northeast of Trenton at 8,000 feet, requesting visual approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy.
American 73, requesting to divert to John F. Kennedy.
Battlecry 333, turn right heading 280, descend and maintain 5000.
United 1155 is 8 nautical miles northeast of Monmouth Executive at 5,000 feet, requesting GPS approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy.
Turn right heading 28.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, turn left heading 230.
Turn left heading 230, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Delta 512 Super, turn left heading 040, descend and maintain 5000.
4 Oscar Mike Alpha November is 6 nautical miles east of Bayport Aerodrome at 15,600 feet, requesting Isles approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy. Turn left heading 230, Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy.
Turn left heading 040, descend and maintain 5000, Delta 512 Super.
Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy, turn left heading 320, descend and maintain 6000. Romeo Oscar Echo Super, turn right heading 230, descend and maintain 3000.
Turn left heading 320, descend and maintain 6000, Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy.
Delta 217 Heavy, turn right heading 290, descend and maintain 5000. Turn right heading 290, descend and maintain 5000, Delta 217 Heavy.
New York approach, Virgin 117 Hotel, with you at 3700.
Virgin 117 Hotel, turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 2000.
Turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 2000, Virgin 117 Hotel.
Delta 207, turn left heading 220, descend and maintain 3000.
Turn left heading 220, descend and maintain 3000, Delta 207.
4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, turn right heading 250, descend and maintain 5000. Maple 1973, turn right heading 230, descend and maintain 4000.
Turn right heading 040, American 73.
Battlecry 333, expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 4 left at John F. Kennedy.
Turn right heading 230, descend and maintain 4000, Maple 1973.
Roger, Battlecry 333.
Virgin 117 Hotel, turn right heading 010, descend and maintain 2000, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right approach.
Turn right heading 010, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right, Virgin 117 Hotel. Xanadu 3886 is 15 nautical miles northeast of Monmouth Executive at 2000 feet, requesting visual approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy.
Virgin 117 Hotel, maintain 160 knots until 4 mile final.
Maintain 160 knots until 4 mile final, Virgin 117 Hotel. Turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 2000, Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy.
Delta 51, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, do not exceed 230 knots.
Do not exceed 230 knots, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Reduce speed to 220 knots, Delta 207.
Battlecry 333, turn right heading 320.
JetBlue 895 is 5 nautical miles southeast of LaGuardia at 4,800 feet, requesting radar vectors to Manchester Airport.
Turn right heading 320, Battlecry 333.
JetBlue 895, contact Boston Center on 127.0. Delta 217 Heavy, turn left heading 230.
New York approach, speedbird 108 Mike Hotel, with you at 12,000. Contacting Boston Center on 127.0, JetBlue 895.
4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, turn right heading 310.
New York approach, JetBlue 895, with you at 5,500.
Turn left heading 230, Delta 217 Heavy. New York approach, Mike Alpha Lima Uniform, with you at 15,000. Endeavour 5315, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Turn left heading 240, descend and maintain 5,000, speedbird 108 Mike Hotel.
United 1155, you're aligned with the wrong runway, please check runway assignment. Battlecry 333, turn left heading 230. Lufthansa 248 Super, turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 2000.
Turn left heading 230, Battlecry 333.
Xanadu 3886, maintain 160 knots until 4 mile final.
American 059 Victor Alpha is 4 nautical miles northeast of Stroudsburg, Pocono at 20,000 feet, requesting miles approach any runway at John F. Kennedy.
Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy, turn right heading 010, descend and maintain 2000, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right approach. Delta 512 Super, turn right heading 120, maintain 3000.
Turn right heading 120, maintain 3000, Delta 512 Super.
Turn right heading 010, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right, Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy.
United 1155, contact November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 2000. 4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, turn left heading 230. American 73.
Turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 2000, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
All Nippon 161 Heavy, requesting climb to flight level 270.
Turn right heading 130, descend and maintain 4000, American 73.
Turn left heading 230, 4 Oscar Mike Alpha November. United 350 is 13 nautical miles west of Morristown, Muni at 12,300 feet, requesting Isles approach
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, reduce speed to 190 knots.
Reduce speed to 190 knots, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Delta 512 Super, expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 4 left at John F. Kennedy.
New York approach, Delta 2420 Heavy, with you at 11,000.
Turn right heading 060, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right, Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy.
All Nippon 161 Heavy, frequency change approved, good day.
Roger, Delta 512 Super.
Frequency change approved all Nippon 161 Heavy, good day.
American 7599, turn right heading 340, descend and maintain 7000.
American 7599 is 9 nautical miles south of Brookhaven Airport at 14,000 feet, requesting flight following to John F. Kennedy.
Delta 512 Super, turn left heading 070, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 left approach. United 350, turn left heading 120, descend and maintain 5000. Virgin 117 Hotel, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Turn right heading 010, descend and maintain 4000, Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy.
Lufthansa 248 Super, turn right heading 020, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right approach.
Turn left heading 220, descend and maintain 3000, speedbird 108 Mike Hotel.
Reduce speed to 190 knots, Maple 1973.
Battlecry 333, reduce speed to 180 knots.
Reduce speed to 180 knots, Battlecry 333.
Battlecry 333, turn left heading 130, descend and maintain 4000. Delta 207, turn right heading 310, descend and maintain 2000. Kenya 558 Kilo Heavy, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final. Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy, turn right heading 060, descend and November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, turn right heading 010, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right approach.
Turn right heading 010, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
American 73, turn right heading 230, descend and maintain 4000.
New York approach, Emirates 4 Papa Victor Super, with you at 15,700, descending via Parch 3 arrival.
Turn right heading 230, descend and maintain 4000, American 73.
Speedbird 108 Mike Hotel, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000, speedbird 108 Mike Hotel.
Delta 207, expect vectors for the November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Delta 001. Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
New York approach, American 7599, with you at 9,900.
Delta 001, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved Delta 001, good day.
American 7599, turn left heading 210, descend and maintain 5000. Emirates 4 Papa Victor Super, turn right heading 290.
Turn right heading 290, Emirates 4 Papa Victor Super.
United 350, please expedite altitude change. American 059 Victor Alpha, please expedite altitude change.
Turn left heading 210, descend and maintain 5000, American 7599.
Delta 512 Super, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Turn right heading 260, American 73.
Delta 207, turn right heading 010, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right approach.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, Delta 512 Super.
United 350, requesting climb to 10,000. Delta 098 Mike, requesting climb to flight level 200.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, you're aligned with the wrong runway, please check runway. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, turn right heading 070, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right approach. Delta 512.
Turn right heading 070, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Turn right heading 040, Delta 2420 Heavy.
American 059 Victor Alpha, descend and maintain 5000.
Descend and maintain 5000, American 059 Victor Alpha.
Delta 217 Heavy, expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy. Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy, turn left heading 070, descend and maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 left approach. American 73, turn right heading 23, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final. Delta,
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Roger, Delta 2420 Heavy.
United 350, expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 4 left at John F. Kennedy.
Turn left heading 340, descend and maintain 6000, Saudia 1331 Heavy.
Delta 217 Heavy, turn right heading 010, descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear dials runway 4 right approach.
Roger, United 350.
Delta 2420 Heavy, turn right heading 07, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Turn right head.
Maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Turn right heading 220, United 350.
Delta 217 Heavy, maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final. Maintain 170 knots until 5 mile final, Delta 217 Heavy. 4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, expect vectors for the Isles approach runway 4 right at John F. Kennedy. American 7599, turn left heading 220. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 11.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Delta 2420 Heavy, maintain 180 knots until 6 mile final.
Virgin 117 Hotel, cross runway 4 left, please expedite. John F. Kennedy Tower, Maple 1, John F. Kennedy Tower, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy is 6 nautical miles to the southwest at 1,900 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 4, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, wind 040 at 20 gusting 25, number 1, runway 4 right, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 4 right, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy. Delta 1097, wind 040 at 20 gusting 25, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff. Endeavour 143, line up and wait runway 31 left.
Line up and wait runway 31 left, Endeavour 143.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta 207, inbound on the ILS runway 4 right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Delta 1097.
1000.
Cathay 916, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved Cathay 916, good day.
Delta 207, wind 040 at 24 gusting 25, number 2, runway 4 right, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 4 right, Delta 207.
Endeavour 143, wind 040 at 23 gusting 25, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Endeavour 143.
Frontier Flight 1871, line up and wait runway 31 left.
Line up and wait runway 31 left, Frontier Flight 1871.
John F. Kennedy Tower, American 590 Alpha, ready for departure at runway 31 left, departing west.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta 217 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 4 right.
Delta 512 Super, when able turn left and contact ground. Please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Delta 512 Super. Delta 217 Heavy, wind 040 at 18 gusting 25, number 3, runway 4 right, cleared to land.
Number 3, cleared to land, runway 4 right, Delta 217 Heavy.
Delta 512 Super, contact John F. Kennedy ground on 121.9er. Contacting John F. Kennedy ground on 121.9er, Delta 512 Super. John F. Kennedy Tower, Asiana 221 Heavy, ready for departure at runway 31 left, departing north. Frontier Flight 1871, wind 040 at 20 gusting 25, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff. UPS 206 Juliet Yankee Heavy, line up and wait runway 4 left.
Line up and wait runway 4 left, UPS 206 Juliet Yankee Heavy.
UPS 206 Juliet Yankee Heavy, line up and wait runway 31 left.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, Frontier Flight 1871.
Line up and wait runway 31 left, UPS 206 Juliet Yankee Heavy.
American 590 Alpha, line up and wait runway 31 left.
Line up and wait runway 31 left, American 590 Alpha.
Asiana 221 Heavy, hold short of runway 31 left. Holding short runway 31 left, Asiana 22. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, when able turn left, hold short runway 4 left, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, American 590 Alpha, wind 040 at 18 gusting 25, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff. Frontier Flight 1871, frequency change approved, good day.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, American 590 Alpha.
Maple 1973, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Maple 1973. Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy, wind 040 at 19 gusting 25, number 1, runway 4 left, cleared to land.
Frequency change approved. Frontier Flight 1871, good day.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 4 left, Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy.
UPS 206 Juliet Yankee Heavy, wind 040 at 18 gusting 25, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading until at or above 5,000 feet. Asiana 221 Heavy, line up and wait runway 31 left. Line up and wait runway 31 left, Asiana 221 Heavy.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 left, UPS 206 Juliet Yankee Heavy.
Delta 207, when able turn left, hold short runway 4 left, please expedite, traffic on final.
Wilco, Delta 207.
John F. Kennedy Tower, 4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, inbound on the ILS runway 4 right.
4 Oscar Mike Alpha November, wind 040 at 22 gusting 25, number 2, runway 4 right, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 4 right, 4 Oscar Mike Alpha November.
Asiana 221 Heavy, wind 040 at 20 gusting 25, runway 31 left.
American 401, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Airlines 1967.
Swiss 15 X-ray Heavy, please follow instructions.
John F. Kennedy Ground, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, request taxi to parking. Taxiing to Terminal 4 Gate B48 via Alpha, Maple 1. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, you're in an active airspace. Please contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Right on the next taxiway, Swiss 15 X-ray Heavy.
China Southern 9.
John F. Kennedy Ground, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, request taxi to park.
November 23 Tango Kilo. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Air Force 1.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, you're in an active airspace. Please contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, request permission to cross runway 4 left. Tahiti Airlines 728 Heavy, when able turn left and contact ground, please expedite. November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, cross runway 4 left. Crossing runway 4 left, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Ground on 121. Contacting John F. Kennedy Ground on 121.9, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Swiss 15 X-ray Heavy, continue straight ahead.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Swiss 391, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot, requesting runway 31 left.
Continuing ahead, Swiss 15 X-ray Heavy.
Swiss 391, pushback approved, tail to the north.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 207, request taxi to gate A17 at...
John F. Kennedy Ground, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, request taxi to parking.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Jet Airways 184 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot, requesting runway 31 left.
All Nippon 018, expect progressive taxi instructions. Roger, all Nippon 018. Jet Airways 184 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the west.
Pushback approved, tail to the west, Jet Airways 184 Heavy.
November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 Gate A17 via Foxtrot, Delta 207.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Cargo 644 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot. Emirates.
I'm sorry, November 23 Tango Kilo Heavy.
Delta 306 Heavy, stay on my frequency.
Stand by, Delta 306 Heavy.
Air Force 1, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air Force 1. Florida 82, pushback approved, tail to the north.
John F. Kennedy ground, Blackfin 222, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Florida 82.
John F. Kennedy ground, RCA 14, ready to taxi to runway 4 left with information Foxtrot.
Emirates 388 Heavy, turn right next taxiway. Air India 3657 Heavy, request frequency change.
Right on the next taxiway, Emirates 388 Heavy.
American 184 Heavy, give way to aircraft on your left.
Give way to aircraft. American 184 Heavy.
Air India 3657 Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Air India 3657 Heavy. Blackfin 222, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Blackfin 222.
John F. Kennedy ground, China Southern 992 Charlie Zulu, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot. Ice Air 14, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, RCA 14.
John F. Kennedy ground, Jet Airways 184 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 31 left with information Foxtrot.
China Southern 992 Charlie Zulu, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left, China Southern 992 Charlie Zulu.
John F. Kennedy ground, Swiss 391, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot.
Jet Airways 184 Heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Jet Airways 184 Heavy.
John F. Kennedy ground, Air India 333 India November Heavy, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot. Swiss 391, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Swiss 391.
Air India 333 India November Heavy, hold position.
John F. Kennedy ground, American 401, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot.
Holding position, Air India 333 India November Heavy.
John F. Kennedy ground, American 73, request taxi to parking.
American 401, taxi to runway 31 left, contact tower when ready. John F. Kennedy ground, Cargolux 644 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot. American 73, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 217 Heavy, request taxi to gate B31 at the Terminal 4.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, American 401. Taxi to parking, American 73.
All Nippon 018, give way to aircraft on your left. John F. Kennedy ground, Air Force 1, ready to taxi. Give way to aircraft, all Nippon 018. Air Force 1, runway 31 left, taxi via Lima Alpha, Bravo, Kilo, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left via Lima Alpha, Bravo, Kilo, Air Force 1. Delta 217 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 4 Gate B31 via Bravo, Hotel, Alpha. Cargolux 644 Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the west.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 Gate B31 via Bravo, Hotel, Alpha, Delta 217 Heavy.
Airplane 1967, give way to aircraft on your left.
Give way to aircraft, Airplane 1967.
JetBlue 818, give way to aircraft on your right.
Give way to aircraft, JetBlue 818.
JetBlue 818, continue straight ahead. Pushback approved, tail to the west, Cargolux 644 Heavy. Emirates 388 Heavy, follow aircraft ahead.
Continuing ahead, JetBlue 818.
American 73, follow aircraft ahead.
Wilco, Emirates 388 Heavy. Wilco, American 73.
All Nippon 018, turn right next taxiway. Right on the next taxiway, all Nippon 018. American 184 Heavy, follow aircraft ahead.
Wilco, American 184 Heavy.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 1911, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot, requesting runway 31 left.
JetBlue 818, follow aircraft ahead.
Wilco, JetBlue 818.
Delta 1911, pushback approved, tail to the north. John F. Kennedy ground, Speedbird 108 Mike Hotel, request taxi to gate 14 at the Terminal 8. Speedbird 108 Mike Hotel, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. John F. Kennedy ground, Corina 82, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot. John F. Kennedy ground, Aero Mexico 2003 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot, requesting runway 4 left.
John F. Kennedy ground, Blackfin 222, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot.
Swiss 15 X-Ray Heavy, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
Swiss 15 X-Ray Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Swiss 15 X-Ray Heavy.
Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Aero Mexico 2003 heavy. 482, taxi to runway 31 left. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 31 left. 482.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 5733, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot, requesting runway 31 left.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 452, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot.
Delta 306 Heavy, request frequency change.
Taxiing to runway 31 left, Blackfin 222.
Delta 306 heavy, contact John F. Kennedy tower on 119.1.
John F. Kennedy ground, Nomadic 4001, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot.
John F. Kennedy ground, Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Sierra, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot.
John F. Kennedy ground, Cargolux 644 heavy, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot. John F. Kennedy ground, Swiss 23 Alpha heavy, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot. Air India 333 India November heavy, avoid sending duplicate messages.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Nomadic 4001.
Airline 1967, request frequency change.
John F. Kennedy ground, Pakistan 1, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot. Stand by, Delta 196. Airline 1967, contact John F. Kennedy tower on 119.1. Air India 333 India November heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Sierra, pushback approved, tail to the north. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Air India 333 India November heavy.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Sierra.
Swiss 23 Alpha heavy, hold position. Holding position, Swiss 23 Alpha heavy. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Pakistan 1. Speedbird 108 Mike Hotel, taxi to Terminal 8 Gate 14 via Bravo, Alpha 4, Alpha. Taxiing to Terminal 8 Gate 14 via Bravo, Alpha 4, Alpha, Speedbird 108 Mike Hotel. John F. Kennedy ground, Singapore 88, ready for pushback with information Foxtrot. John F. Kennedy ground, Cargolux 644 heavy, ready to taxi with information Foxtrot.
John F. Kennedy ground, Mark Alpha Lima Lima uniform, request taxi to gate 04 at the Terminal 8.
Emirates 388 heavy, request frequency change.
Cargolux 644 heavy, taxi to runway 31 left, hold short of 13 left 31 right. John F. Kennedy ground, Aero Mexico 2003 heavy, ready to taxi to runway 4 left with information Foxtrot. Delta 5733, pushback approved, tail to the north.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 9, ready for pushback.
Delta 9, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Delta 5733.
Contacting John F. Kennedy tower on 119.1, Emirates 388 heavy.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Delta 1911.